In this video, I'll teach you how to create this with your smartphone. Alright guys, so let's get started. So the application I'm going to be using for this particular tutorial is called Alight Motion. So recently I've been talking about Alight Motion on my YouTube channel, and if you're one of my subscribers that watch my videos, you should definitely know that. Alright, so by the end of this video, I am going to leave an end screen that will take you directly to a particular video that will show you everything you need to know about Alight Motion. So make sure you watch this video to end to get access to the particular video. Alright, so the first thing to do is to click on this plus icon here. So once you click on the plus icon, then you can set the aspect ratio you want, but I always love you to go for 16:9. Alright, so you can also choose the background color, the resolution, but I want it like this. Alright, so I'll tap on this create project, and once you tap on create project, the first thing to do is to click on this plus icon here. So I'll tap on this plus icon here. So right now I want to add a shape, so I'll click on this shape. Alright, then once I add the shape, I'll go to move and transform. Here is it, move and transform. Then I'm going to click here where the arrow is showing. So I want to extend the shape to fit in the screen. Alright, just adjust it with your hand. Okay guys, so right now I want to change the color to a gradient color. Alright, so the first thing I will do is just to click on this color. Then I will click on this where the arrow is showing. Alright, so first let me quickly write my color code. I have my color code here, so let me type it out and copy it. So here's my color code. You might type it somewhere or you might write it somewhere. Alright, it is very important to note the color code when you are working with your own video. Alright, so here's the first color code. I'm going to copy it, copy. Then I'll go to my shape. Here's my shape. Then I'll click on color. Then I'll paste the color code here. I'll click on paste. Alright, I'll tap on it. Then I'll tap on this color. Then I'll paste the color code. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing to the second color code. I'm going to type it out. So I'll type it out right now. Here's the color code FFB607. Alright, like I said, it is very important to note the color code when you are working with your own video. Alright, so I'll tap on my shape. Alright, then I'll go to the color again. Then I'll paste the color code here. I'll paste the color code. Alright, so you might also want to consider reducing the transparency of the color code. So let me just reduce it to maybe 90 something. Okay, I think this is okay. Or let me reduce this. It just depends on you. Alright, it depends on what you are trying to achieve. So let me just click on mark. Alright guys, so I think this is okay by me. So the next thing for us to do right now is to input our product image. So if you have your product image, then you are good to go. So I'll click on media to input my product image. So I'm going to tap on my download. So I want to input a particular product image right now. That is the cheeseburger. So I'm going to scroll a little bit to get that. Alright guys, so here's the product image. I'll tap on it. Then I'll click on this plus icon to add it. So once I add my product image, the next thing for me to do is to click on this move and transform. Then right now, I'll tap here where the arrow is showing, so I can reduce the size. Alright, you can increase the size if you want, it depends on you. So I'll just place it here. Alright guys, so once I add my product image, the next thing for me to do right now is to click on this plus icon, and I'll click on text. So I want to start adding my text. So the first text I want to type is cheese. Alright, then make sure you align your text. Click here to align your text to the middle. Then click here where the arrow is showing. to change the font of your text. So I want the font to be Montserrat. So I want Montserrat extra bold. Alright, then I'll click here where the arrow is showing to change the color of my text. So I want the color to be black. That is for the first text. Alright guys, then I'll click on this mark icon here. So I'll tap on this move and transform. So right now I want to position my text and also increase the size of my text. So the only thing I need to do is just to click here where the arrow is showing. Then I will increase the size. You can increase the size as you want, but I want it like this. Then you can place it right here. Alright, so let me place it here. Alright guys, so once I do that, the next thing for me to do is to duplicate this particular text. So I'm going to tap on the text, then I'll click here where the arrow is showing. Then I'll click on duplicate layer. Alright, duplicate layer. So right now we have two layers of the same. So I want to change one of them, which is this cheese copy. So the only thing I need to do right now is to click on this edit text. So I want to change this to burger. Alright, then I'll change the color to white. Alright guys, then you might consider want to increase the size of this burger a little bit. It depends on what you are trying to work with. So let me just increase the size, then I'll place it here. Alright guys, so we have a good text now, cheeseburger. So the next thing for us to do right now is to add our description. So the description is, what is your product all about? Alright, so I'll just tap on this plus icon, then text. I already have my description copied in my clipboard. So the only thing I need to do is just to paste the description. So I'm going to paste it right now. Alright, so here is it. This is it, I think. Okay, this is it. So once you do that, the next thing for you to do is just to increase the size with just your hand. Then make sure you change the color to white. After changing the color, then change the font to Montserrat regular. Alright, this is it, Montserrat regular. So if you are just using Alight Motion, you might not see all of these fonts. The only thing you need to do is just to click on this view all fonts, then search for the font you want to use and download it. Alright, so that's all. So I'm going to click on this mark icon here. So once I do that, I'll click on my move and transform to position my text. Alright, so make sure you decrease the size of this text. It is very important. So the most important thing is our product image showing and everything. Alright, so just make sure that you decrease the size of this description, so it will make your video to look more nice. Alright guys, so once you do this, the next thing for us to do is to add our price. So I'll click on this plus icon, then I want to add a circle shape. I'll click on this circle shape. So this particular circle shape, I don't want it to have any color. Alright, the only thing I want is just to stroke it and I'm done with that. Alright, so I'll click on this color, then I'll tap here where the arrow is showing to turn off the color. So I'll tap it. Alright guys, as you can see, this particular shape does not have any color again. And the next thing for me to do right now, just to click on my border and shadow. Then I want to add a stroke to the shape. So I'll tap on this stroke. Then I want a white stroke. So I'll change the color to white. So once you do that, just increase the size of the stroke. Alright guys, I think this is okay by me. So once you do that, just increase the size. I'll click on move and transform. Then I want to increase the size a little bit. Then make sure you position it right here. Alright, so this is nice. And the next thing for me to do is just to add my text. I'll click on text. Then I want to add the price of this product. So I can just say $35. Alright, it depends on the price of your product, or it depends on what you want to write. So I'll click here where the arrow is showing to position my text. So once I do that, I'll change the color to white. Then I'll change the font. So I want the font to be Oxford semi-bold or Oxford bold. Yes, this is it. So like I said, once you if you are just using Alight Motion, you won't be able to see all of these fonts. Alright, the only thing you need to do is just to click on view all fonts and download any font you want to use for your video. Alright, so I'm seeing all of these fonts because I have downloaded it before. Alright guys, so I'm going to tap on this mark icon here. So once I do that, okay, let me change the color to black, not white. I want a black color, sorry. So I'll tap on this mark icon here. Then I'll click on this move and transform. So right now I want to position my text here and I want to increase the size. So I'll just increase the size. So this is okay by me. So you can also add a border to your text. Just click on this border and shadow and click here where the arrow is showing this particular place to add a shadow to your text. So you can consider adding a shadow to your text, or you can also leave it. All right, it depends on what you want. So right now I don't want to add any shadow to my text, and the next thing for me to do right now is to add my button. I want to add a button, a shop now button. So for me to do that, I'll tap on this plus icon here, then I'll click on this shape. I'll click on this. So once I click on that, I am going to click on this particular place where it says edit shape. So I'll tap on edit shape. So right now I want to add the x-axis. As you can see, I'm in the x here where the arrow is showing. So at this particular x, I want to increase the size a little bit. Then I'll click on this y. Then I want to decrease the size because I want my button to be very small. I don't want it to be too big. So let's see this. Let's see. All right guys, so this is okay by me. So I want to place my button here. So the next thing for you to do right now, just to change the color of the button. So I'll tap on this color, then I'll change the color to a white color. All right, so once you do that, the next thing for you to do is just to add your text. That is your shop now text. So I'll tap on this plus icon here, then I'll click on text. So right now I want to add a shop now text. So I'll type shop now, then I'll change the color to black. Then I'll also change the font to, let's say, Montserrat regular, or let's use Montserrat extra bold. All right, or anything you choose to use, it depends on you. All right, or Montserrat semi bold. Okay, let me use the extra bold. Then let me align my text. All right guys, so once you do that, just click on this mark icon and you can simply decrease the size of your text here where the arrow is showing. So just swipe left and position your text here. All right, so let me also increase the size a little bit. Then let me position it right here. All right guys, so this is so perfect right now. So we are done designing our video, and the next thing for us to do is to add a keyframe. All right, to add a keyframe and animate our layers. That's very important. So the first thing to do right here is before I start animating our layers, I want to group some layer. All right, so this button we added here, this particular button and this shop now text, I want to group the layer in just one layer. So for me to do that, I'll click here where the arrow is showing. I'll tap and hold on it. Then I'll tap and hold on my text also. Then I'll click here where the arrow is showing to group them. All right guys, as you can see, so right now we have the two layer as just one layer. All right, so the next thing for me to do is to group this particular one here. That's the price. So I want to group the circle shape. I'll tap and hold on it where the arrow is showing. Then I'll tap and hold on the price also. Then I'll click here to group them. So I'll tap here. Then we have this as group 2. All right, so once we do that, it will make our work to be very easier for us. So any keyframe or any animation we added to this, it will be added to the two of the layers we group. All right, so the next thing for us to do right now, like I said, is to start adding keyframe and to start animating our layers. So guys, I'll tap on the first layer, which is the cheese. Then I'll click on this move and transform. So at the starting point, I want to add a keyframe to it. So here's the starting point. As you can see, it is in 0.000 seconds. So I'll add a keyframe to it at the starting point. Then I'll move to 1 second. Make sure you're looking this timer. 1 seconds. 1 seconds. Then I will add another keyframe to it. So at this starting point, this particular starting point, I want this to be coming from here. This particular text, I want it to be coming from here. Alright, it is very, very simple. Just make sure that you are following the red line. Alright guys. So at the middle of the 2 keyframe, I want to add a curve. So the curve will make our animation to look more perfect and more professional. So I'll tap on this where the arrow is showing. Then I want this curve. Then I'll adjust it like this. So I'll copy this curve, copy curve, so I can easily paste it to any of the layer I had a keyframe to. Alright, so I'm going to go to my second layer, which is this particular one, burger. Then I'll add a keyframe at the starting point. Then at exactly 1 second, I will add another keyframe. Alright, then at the first point, I want it to be coming from here. Just adjust it with your hand, as you can see. So I want it to be coming from here. Alright, then in the middle of the 2 keyframe, I am going to click on this curve. Remember, we have copied the first curve. The only thing we need to do right now is just to paste the curve. So I'll click here where the arrow is showing. Then I'll click on paste curve. Paste curve. Alright, as you can see, we have the same animation there. Then I'll go to my next layer, which is the description. I'll tap on it. Then at the starting point, I'll add a keyframe. Add a keyframe. And at exactly 1 second, add another keyframe. Then at the starting point, I want it to be coming from here. Alright, so this is very, very simple if you follow me. Alright guys, then I will paste the curve, paste curve. Alright, then I'll do the same thing to our button. At the starting point, I'll add a keyframe. At exactly 1 second, I will add another keyframe. Then at the starting point, I want it to be coming from here. Make sure you are following the red line. Alright guys, then I'll paste the curve. Paste curve. So the next thing is my product image. So I want my product image to be coming from down. So at the starting point, I've had a keyframe. Then at exactly 1 second, I will add a keyframe. So here's a place you can simply add a keyframe. Let me remove the keyframe. So this place where the arrow is showing, that's the place you can simply add a keyframe. Alright, so I'll tap on it, this particular place. I'll tap on it. Then I'll go back to my starting point. Then I want this particular product image to be coming from here. Alright, so make sure you are following the red line. That's very, very important. Alright guys, so don't forget to add our curve. I'm going to paste the curve. Alright, then we will do the same thing to our price. I will add a keyframe at the starting point. Then at exactly 1 second, I will add another keyframe. Then I want this to be coming from here. At the starting point, I want it to be coming from here. Make sure you are following the red line. That is very, very important. Then I'll paste our curve. Alright guys, so let's play this and let's see how it looks. Alright, as you can see the animation, but we are not yet done. We are not yet done. We need to add a smooth animation that will make it to be more perfect. So for us to do that, I'm going to adjust some of the layers here. So the first layer I am going to adjust is our cheese. That's the first text we added. So I won't adjust that. Sorry, I won't adjust that. So I'm going to adjust the button first. So this particular button we added, the shop now button, I want it to be coming from 0.10 seconds. All right, so I will just adjust it, this particular button here. All right, then the next thing I will adjust is my price. So my price, I don't want it to be coming from the starting point. I want it to be coming from 0.06 seconds. So here's my price. I will adjust it to 0.06 seconds. So make sure you are following this white line, the cursor. So any place you place the cursor, that is where you are going to adjust your layer. All right. So the next thing I want to adjust is my burger text. Here's my burger text. So I want it to be coming from 0.03 seconds. So I will adjust it 0.003 seconds. All right. And the next thing I want to adjust is my description. All right. So I want my description to be coming from 0.06 seconds. 0.06 seconds. All right, guys. So let's play this video and let's see how it looks now. All right. So let me just play it. All right, guys. So this is so perfect, as you can see. We have a smooth animation there. All right. As you can see, that's absolutely perfect. All right. So guys, once you are done with this, the next thing for us to do is just to add a keyframe. So at exactly 3 seconds, I'm going to add a keyframe to all of the layer. All right. So I'll click on this move and transform. Then I'll click here where the arrow is showing to add a keyframe. So at 3.00 seconds, I've had my first keyframe. Then at 3.05, okay, not this. Let's start with our cheese text. All right. So here's the text. Let's start with that. So I'll click on this move and transform. I'll add a keyframe at 3 seconds. Then I'll move to 3.05 seconds. Then I will add another keyframe. So I'll move to 4.21. all right, 4.21. Then I will add another keyframe. So I'll go to 4.21. Then I will add another keyframe. So at this particular point, I want this to be going out. All right, I want it to be going out. All right, guys. Then at the in between the two keyframe, I'll click on this curve. Then I want to add this particular curve. All right, this one here. So I'll copy the curve, copy curve, so I can paste it to any of the layers I also add a keyframe to. All right. So the second layer is our burger text. So at exactly 3 seconds, I will add a keyframe to it, and at 3.5 seconds, I will add another keyframe. Then I'll go to 4.21. 4.21. Okay, not 4.21. This particular burger is 4.17. So I'll go to 4.17. Then I will add a keyframe. Then I want this to be going out at this particular point. So just adjust it. All right. So I also add the curve. I'll click here where the arrow is showing. So remember, we have copied the curve. The only thing we need to do is also paste the curve. So I'll tap on these 3 dots here. Then I'll click on paste curve. All right. So I'm going to do the same thing to my description. Here's my description. I will add a keyframe at 3 seconds. Then I'll move to 3.05 seconds. Then add another keyframe. Then I'll go to my I'll go to 4.13. 4.13. Add another keyframe. Then I want this to be going out at this particular point. All right, I want it to be going out. Then at this particular in between the two keyframe, I'm going to tap on this curve. Then I'll paste our curve. All right, then I'll do the same thing to our shop now button. At 3 seconds, I'm going to add a keyframe. At 3.05 seconds, add another keyframe. Then I'll go to 4.05. 4.05. Add another keyframe. Then in between this, I'm going to go to my curve and I'll paste my curve in between the two keyframes rather. Right. So I'm going to do the same thing to my product image. At 3 seconds, I will add a keyframe to my product image. Then at 3.5 seconds, I will add another keyframe. Then I'll go to 4.21, add another keyframe. Then at exactly 4.21, I want this to be going down. All right. Then I'll paste our curve, paste curve. So I don't know why our shop now button is still staying there. I think we don't add any animation to it. So let me tap on it again. Okay, we don't add any animation to it. Just adjust it with your hand. All right, make sure you're following the red line. That's very, very important. All right, guys. So I'm going to do the same thing to my price. So here's my price. I'll tap on it at 3.00 seconds, add a keyframe. At 3.05 seconds, add a keyframe. Then I'll go to 4.21, 4.21, 4.21, 4.21, add a keyframe. Then I want this to be going out. Then don't forget to paste our curve. Okay, make sure this is our line. So I'll click here, then I'll paste our curve. All right, guys. So once we do this, let's give it a play and let's see how it looks. All right. All right, guys, as you can see, that's so perfect. That's so perfect. All right. So right now, at exactly 3.4, at exactly 4.23, 4.23, 4.23, I want to trim out all of my layer. So the only thing I need to do is just to tap and hold on it where the arrow is showing. So I'll tap and hold on all of my layer. Then I will leave only my background. Then I'll click here where the arrow is showing to trim to the right of player head. I'll click here where the arrow is showing, then I'll trim it. Alright, guys, as you can see, this is so perfect. So right now we have this. Alright. So we are done with our first clip. So the only thing you need to do is just to save this as a group. To just tap and hold on it where the arrow is showing. So I'll tap and hold on it. I won't tap on my background. Then I'll click here where the arrow is showing to group all of this layer into one layer. So I'll tap on it. So right now we have our video as just one layer. As you can see, this is it. So right now you can add as many clips as you want. So let's see at this particular point, I want to add another product image. The only thing I need to do is just to click on this plus icon. Then you are going to do the same thing. Let's say I want to add which one should I add? Okay, let me add this. So I'll click on move and transform. Then I'll decrease the size. All right. So you can just call this hot dog. So let me just click on text and let me write hot dog. All right. So I'll change the color to black. Then I'll also position my text. And I'll change the font to Montserrat Extra Bold. All right. Then I'll click on mark. And I'll go to move and transform and position my text here and also increase the size. So I can just increase the size. All right. All right, guys. So I'll copy this text. I'll duplicate it. Then the one I duplicate, I'm going to tap on it. Then I'll click on edit text. So I'll change the text to recipes. All right. Then I'll change the color to white. Then I can just increase the size a little bit. Then I can just place it right here. Okay. Let me increase the size again. All right. Then make sure you place it well. All right, guys. Then I can just add my description. Click on text. I have my description here. I'll just okay, I don't have it. Let me just use this particular description, or you can just write anything. All right. So let me just write something. Let me say this hot dog recipes. is very okay to eat, and it will give you more let me just say more maybe energy or anything. It just depends on you. I'm just writing this as an example. More energy, and that's all. You can just write anything. All right, so I'll click on I'll change the color to white. But if you are creating this for your business, make sure you write the right description. All right, because I'm not creating this for my business, that is why I'm writing this. So I'll change the font to Montserrat regular. All right, so I can just place it here. So let me edit the text again. I want it like this. All right, guys, so make sure you place it here. So after that, you can just add your shape as we did. Click on color, then turn off the color where the arrow is showing, then go to your border and shadow and turn on the stroke, change the stroke to white and increase the stroke to something like this. All right, then after that, increase the size of your shape. All right, then place it right here. All right, or you can place it anywhere you want. Let me just place it here. Then you can also add any price you want. Let me just click on text and add, let's say this is maybe $15. All right, so I'll change the color of the text to black. Then I'll position it. I'll also change the, what's this called, I'll change the font to Oxford semi bold or Oxford bold. All right, then I'll click on this mark. Then I can just click on move and transform and increase the size. Then I can place it right here. It is very, very simple. All right, it's very, very simple. So let me just do this. So you can just add any animation you want for this particular clip. All right, so let me just group my price, group it. Okay, I think that's the only thing I want to group. Then you can add any animation you want to add. So let me just add a quick animation to this. So let me click on my product image. So I want my product image to be coming. I'll add a keyframe at the beginning. Then I'll go to 5.22 and add another keyframe. All right, so let's say I want my product image to be coming from here. So at the starting point, I'll go back to my starting point where I added my first keyframe. All right, so let's say I want this product image to be coming from here. I'm going to adjust that. All right, then don't forget to add your graph. So I want this graph, this one here. Then I'll copy it. Sorry. Let me do this. Okay, I'll copy it. All right, then I'll do the same thing to my next layer. So at the starting point, let me click on this hot dog. I will add a keyframe. Then at 5.22, add another keyframe. Then at the starting point here, let's say I want this to be coming from here. All right, just adjust with your hand. Then don't forget to paste the curve. And I'll do the same thing to my next text, which is the recipe. I'll click on it, then add the keyframe 5.22, add another keyframe. Then at the first place I added my first keyframe, I want it to be coming from here. All right, so this is very, very simple. All right, then I can just paste my curve. So I'll do the same thing to my next layer. which is the description, add a keyframe. At 5.22, add a keyframe. So I'll go back to 4.22. Then I want this to be coming from here. Make sure you're following the red line. Then I will add my curve, paste curve. Then I'll do the same thing to my price. That's the last thing there. Add a keyframe, 5.22. Add a keyframe. Then at the starting point, can just place it here to be coming from here. Alright guys, yeah, don't forget to paste your curve. Then if I want to add my out animation, the only thing I need to do is just to go to 7.22. So everything I'm saying, you might just write it down so you won't forget it when you are creating your own video. So it is very, very important to note this particular point. Alright, so I'm going to go to 7.22 and add a keyframe. Let me start from my first text, add a keyframe. Then I'll go to 7.27, add another keyframe. Then I'll go to 9.18. Alright, 9.18. Then I will add another keyframe to it. So at this particular 9.18, I want this to be going out. Alright, I want it to be going out like this. Alright guys, then don't forget to add our curve. I'm going to add a new curve. I want this now. Then I'll copy the curve, copy curve, and I'll do the same thing to my second text. At 7.22, add a keyframe. At 7.27, add a keyframe. Then I'll go to 9.18, add a keyframe, and I want this to be going out. So Alight motion is just about calculation. Alright, you must very be calculative if you want to work with Alight motion. So like I said, you might just want to write everything I'm saying down, especially the points. Then I'll paste the curve so you should get it. Alright, just write the point down somewhere, so when you are creating your own video, it is very easy for you. Alright, then my description, I'll go to 7.22, add a keyframe. 7.27, add a keyframe. And I'll go to 9.18, add a keyframe. Then I want this to be going out. Alright, then don't forget to let's see, then don't forget our curve. I'll paste my curve, paste curve. Alright guys, then the next thing is at 7.22, that is my price. Alright, at 7.22, add a keyframe. Then at 7.27, add another keyframe. And I'll go to 9.18, add a keyframe. Then I want this to be going out like this. Then don't forget to add our curve. I'll click here where the arrow is showing, then I'll paste my curve. Alright guys, then the last one there is our product image. I'll tap on my product image, then I'll add a keyframe to it. Then I'll go to 7.27, add a keyframe. Then I'll go to 9.18, add a keyframe. Then I want this to be going out, so just adjust it with your hand. Alright guys, then I'll paste my curve, paste curve. Alright guys, so once you do that, the next thing for us to do is just to trim out these particular layers at exactly 7.20. Alright, so I'll tap on it, I'll tap and hold on it where the arrow is showing. I'll tap and hold. So I won't add the background. The only thing I will do is just to trim out our layer only. Alright, I won't trim out the background. So I'll just tap on this, that is trim to right of play ahead where the arrow is showing, and I'll trim everything. Alright, so once I trim it, I can also convert it to a group. Alright, I can just tap and hold on it again, except from my background. Then I'll click here where the arrow is showing to convert it to a group. Alright, so guys, that's very nice, as you can see. So we have something like this. Alright, so you can also save this group as elements. So you can just tap on each group, then you click here where the arrow is showing, then you can save it to elements. So if you save this as elements, you can simply work with it again without starting from scratch. So you can just click on this plus icon. Let's say I want to add another layer. I can just click on this plus icon here, then I'll click on this element. Then you can choose the elements you save. That is this. You can just tap on it. So this is the element we save, as you can see. So let me just extend the background a little bit. We are still going to cut it. This is just for an example. Alright, so this is the element we save and we have added it. So the only thing you need to do right now, just to click on this element properties, then you click on this edit original element. Alright, edit original element. So right here, you don't need to start from afresh. The only thing you need to do is just to change the name of the product and the product image. Alright, that's all. So just edit group, then you can just change the name of the product and the product image. That's all. Alright guys, you can like I said, you can add as many product image as you want. Just save it as element and edit it. Alright, so if you watch more of my videos on highlight motion, you should know how to do that. That's how to save as element and how to edit the element that you save to a new product image and add a new text to it. So I'll leave a link in the comment section to watch one of my videos about Alight motion. That's how to create product advertisements in Alight motion. So that will also teach you how to create amazing product advertising video in Alight motion. Alright, also guys, we are not done with our video yet, so I don't want this. Alright, so at the last part, I'll just trim out my background. I'll trim. Alright, I'll just tap on it and trim it. Alright, then if you want to save your video, just click here where the arrow is showing, then you click on export. Alright guys, so the video is now exporting. Just wait for it to load. Alright, so guys, here's our video. So let's play it one more time and let's see how it looks. So let me just play it. Alright guys, this is so perfect, as you can see. Alright, as you can see, this is so perfect and it is very simple to use. Alright guys, so I have a video editing course. I have an advanced video editing course that will teach you how to create amazing videos using only your smartphone. Alright, so the course is currently selling at a discount price, and if you want to get access to the course, just click in the link in the description of this video and register for the course. And I can't wait to start seeing you creating amazing videos using your smartphone. Alright, so once you are done saving your video, don't forget to click on this save, tap on this save, so the video can save to your phone gallery. Alright guys, so in the beginning of this video, I promised to give you a video that will teach you everything about Alight motion. So just click on the video that is showing on your screen right now to watch the step-by-step video on how you can simply use Alight motion. Alright guys, I will see you in my next video tutorial.